most part in just a moment. But yeah, hello everyone. Thank you. This is Spadeathon 2018. It's for Muncha and I to try and get to SGDQ. Donations are appreciated, but more importantly, I think we're all really just happy to be showing off the game as a community. I've met a lot of really awesome people through this game, so super stoked to be doing this marathon with everyone. Okay. So we are starting with any percent, but there's a slight catch. We are not allowed. Both of us are the top runners. Patwah has record right now, and I'm second place, but we use Bending Soul. So for this run, we will be using the Spider Scythe. And we have hit, we've both hit ready up, so we're both about to start. 5 seconds to go. Begin. Oh yeah, this should be something special, that's for sure. And I have no idea how he's doing, so someone else is going to have to keep me informed on that. I don't know how much planning he's done into this, but like I haven't even warmed up, so this should be exciting. But if anyone is not familiar with Specter of Torment, I know a lot of the people here right now are other Shovel Knight runners. But for anyone who isn't, thank you for the good luck, by the way. This is Specter of Torment, and I just got hit twice. That's great. Specter controls kind of like Ninja Gaiden. He can climb up walls. Slightly shorter jump than Shovel Knight. Slightly faster run speed. He can also dash attack enemies. There's some very tight damage boost that I'm doing. Specter actually has the least slide. The least amount of sliding animation out of any of the knights. I'm kind of going with the standard 80% route right now, in terms of like what skulls I'm grabbing. Part of me wants to pick up health. I'm kind of curious on what I should do here. Because normally we pick up Bending Soul. That costs 5 skulls, so does the Spider Scythe that we're picking up. We decided to switch the Spider Scythe to make it a little bit more fun and interesting. See who can kind of route on the fly. That was ladder hopping, which it's faster to... It's faster to jump up a ladder than climb it, because Specter is that good at jumping, I guess. And I'm gonna resist the urge to just like split per stage, or split, yeah. I split all over the place. But yeah, this is Black Knight. Black Knight's the first boss, pretty easy. There's a very consistent stun lock for him. It involves pretty much just bouncing against his face. I can't attack him too early, otherwise he will get out. He's very finicky, especially on Terrapin. And Patwah is like slightly ahead of me right now. Kind of not surprised. I made a bunch of mistakes. Patwah's got a really good color palette. My palette is so-so, but it's pink. Gotta represent my pink. This is the Tower Lobby, the main hub for Specter's campaign. And we get to pick stages in any order. Hi, Speed Frog. Shoutouts to Speed Frog. So for the first weapon, we're going to the Flying Machine. We don't have a restriction on picking up Rail Mail or Judgment Rush. That's going to be pretty standard stuff. That's just so we can basically fall underestimate. Flying Machine is one of the harder stages, and you can tell what stages are harder based on how much gold they give you afterwards. So Flying Machine and Clockwork Tower are considered the hardest. They give you 3,000 gold for completing them. And we're actually also going to be breaking a bunch of checkpoints throughout the stage. Breaking checkpoints is normally something very scary, but it does give you a bunch of money every time you do. So the amount of money in each checkpoint is based on the gem inside. For that checkpoint, I got 500 gold. There are red gem checkpoints that give you 750. And again, I'm picking up red skulls to unlock different weapons. The first one we're getting is Judgment Rush, that you get from beating this stage. So that means the next stage I'm going to be doing is the Stranded Ship. And this is the Dinghy Dropper, mini boss. You can reflect bombs at him to deal some extra damage to him. So I just had to... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. We have $5 from Piranha Pig.
Yo, Piranha Pig.
Saying, love you all.
Piranha Pig is a pretty cool dude. Just got sub 50. Thank you very much for the donation. I took a brief moment to listen to the music to tell if I was going to make a global cycle in the stage or not. There's very few global cycles in this game. There's also very few elements of pure RNG in this game. But the fan cycles that come later on in this stage, those are going the moment we enter the stage. Everything else in this game is pretty much, if you're in the room, and then that will start going. It's all local cycle based. So here's the 750 checkpoint we're breaking. To note, I've already broken the first 3 checkpoints. If I were to die right now, that would be completely awful. Fingers are a little stiff. Like I said, I'm a little cold. I didn't really get much of a chance to warm up. But I'm going to be trying to mash anytime I need to drop down really quickly. Because, for whatever reason, and the task found this out, if you press jump 2 frames after you jump, then you just immediately reach terminal velocity and you just drop down really fast. It's noticeable. Yeah, it's a small frame saver. Also, this room is awful. This is the triple Java room. Okay, they were actually pretty nice to me. I even got a boost off of one. Although I might miss this. Yeah, okay, so I lost 3 seconds there. No big deal. So I picked up a bunch of skulls because Judgment Rush is, I believe, 10 skulls? Yeah, I think it's 10 skulls. That's going to leave me with 3 after this, and then I'm going to need to pick up 2 more in Stranded Ship. This is Propeller Knight. Ow. Okay, so I got 9 hits on him, not so bad. Could have been better. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Propeller, you want to hit him between his thrusts at the start, because it lets you get an extra hit in on him. After a certain amount of damage, he'll just break the platform. Patwah still ahead of me, it seems. Good stuff. I would expect no less out of the first couple stages. So here we're both going to pick up Judgment Rush. This is a pretty good curio. It lets us target enemies and fly even through walls to get to them. So there are a bunch of skips that we have access to just from having this curio. We can talk to Red in the air just by mashing attack. It's kind of weird. Oddbod found it. It's extremely strange. And then 1, 2, 3. By giving 800 gold 3 times to our friend Manny, we can purchase the very expensive rail mail. So that's why we needed so much money. And now we're both headed to Stranded Ship. So Stranded Ship, this is the stage where you would normally see all rail mechanics first. This is actually already kind of funny because normally we would not have access to this stage. And we would just not know what it's like to grind other than having the rail mail. This is also going to be extremely bad for us in the sense that this stage usually requires a ton of mana. So this is going to be interesting in the sense that now we don't have mana to do any of our tricks that we normally do. And I don't know what skull he's going to grab. Ooh, that was scary. This is going to be kind of a low percent kill here. Also interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay. I am totally fine. So I got my 2 skulls. Now I'm just going to go through the stage. That was actually silly of me now I think about it, because there's one that's already on the way. Well, I guess I'm fine. Okay, so these switches, they kind of pause the game a lot. Like, they have a lot of noticeable hit stop when you trigger them, so you want to kind of avoid doing that if you can. And I'm going to do this switch room intended because I don't have anything to really help me out with that otherwise. I have a feeling that Patwah chose some slightly better skulls to grab than me. Okay, so I'm saving my mana mostly because I know for a fact that I'm going to need another Judgment Rush in a second. If I used 2 Judgment Rushes before, I wouldn't have the mana for this one right here. Yo, I see Zelrig in the chat. What is up, dude? That is a very annoying Snow Rider. There's setups to get through him. Gotta not beef it right now. Yeah, that's a free skull. Oops. I'm gonna grab this for safety, because I just don't know what's gonna happen sometimes. I guess I'm the most well-versed for, like, low percent. Good, he's dead. So, how's Patwah doing? I guess I got here before him. That was interesting. So I'm in the lead right now. So Spider Scythe is normally not that impressive of a weapon. Oh, I guess, yeah. Well, we did so we've done 3 stages by now. The first stage, and then 2 night stages, Propeller Night and Polar Night. Which means we have, oh no, did Patwah die? I see a lot of sad faces in chat. Oh, Patwah died. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm in the first memory sequence. So in the first memory, I'm going to be collecting a little bit of money. I think I can wait. I think I'll follow like the normal 90% route at this point. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Controlling is Donovan. I don't have access to Rail Mail or Judgment Rush. I would normally have access to all the health and darkness upgrades I've gotten, but I don't get any in the run, so it's not going to matter. Okay, so next I'm picking up Spider Scythe. There's a slightly different dungeon associated with this one. I hope he remembers to get the right weapon, because he doesn't do like any other category. We are locked into Spider Scythe. Okay, and I didn't die. Spider Scythe is kind of a neat weapon. It follows the ground. It's not so great when it's unupgraded. Where am I going next? I guess I'll go to Explodatorium. Why not? This is normally the next stage we would do in the route. And you know what's gonna throw me off is that normally we get normally we get some extra skulls in this stage, so I'm gonna have to remember not to go out of my way for them. The upgraded Spider Scythe is absolutely amazing, but I can't get that until I have at least 7,000 gold. So I'm going to definitely break a couple checkpoints. I want to have at least 6,000 gold by the time I beat this stage, because Plague only awards 1,000. So far, so good. Everything is kind of looking normal. This stage also has global cycles, so keeping up with them is actually kind of funny. This is going to put me like really far ahead, because I normally would go out of my way to grab a skull in that room. Uh-oh, and that's actually super scary. And I died. Frig! So, dying, oh my god, sends me really far back. That actually gave Patwah a huge chance to catch up, because I forgot that I also break the 500 checkpoint. I took extra damage off of something. Oh, right, the potion right before that. That's actually kind of awful. And I do need to get my money back, which shouldn't be a problem so long as I don't die. So long as I don't die. So long as I don't die. Of course we would be tied up. Suddenly I'm very, very much in trouble. Something that can happen if you accidentally press down is you just jump off of walls while you're climbing them. So it's not fun when you accidentally do that. That's great. That just cost me a ton of money. It means I can definitely forget about upgrading Spider Scythe immediately. Ooh, no! I died again. Oh my god. I thought way too hard on that. Okay. Amazing. It's a good thing that we decided that we would do an extended estimate for this run. Not to mention, this is already a normal part of any percent. I hope Patwah's doing better than me. By now he should have fought the Alchemeister, and he should be on his way to Plague Knight. Plague Knight's actually kind of annoying. He teleports a lot, so he can be extremely frustrating to deal with. Yeah, I lost a ton of money. Every time you die, you drop a quarter of your gold. Oh my god. So I was trying for a trick called Beardless. Oh my god, I'm getting sniped here. That was great. Super fair. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, Alchemeister, kind of tricky to fight against because you have to fight against the current. Yo, shoutouts to Westbeardtooth. This room, global cycles, these fire traps, it's kind of hard to really go any faster. You just end up taking a bunch of damage if you try and do that, so... I think I'm gonna still break extra checkpoints. Wait, what am I doing? Okay. I'm also fighting some hundo muscle memory. Please go. One of the key aspects to grinding around with Specter is that you have to be able to hold down after a jump, and if you forget to do that, or if you do it slightly too late, you just stand there and look silly. So yeah, now I get to fight Plague Knight. Oh boy, who doesn't love fighting someone who teleports around everywhere? Could you please? Thank you, my dude. So Patwah's headed over to Lost City. I guess he's just gonna do the same thing I was going to do, which is follow Lost City route, or follow the any percent route at this point. 4,700 gold. Okay, this means I don't have to do like any extra checkpoint breaking, because basically so long as I can get through the stage, I'll be fine. I think I saw, yep. So yeah, I'm fighting Reese now. Patwah just got through with Reese. So the Spider Scythe, I'm assuming that you just saw what happened in Lost City to Patwah. And that's because the Spider Scythe actually stops your momentum just like Judgment Rush. That wasn't so bad. That was kind of random. Spider Scythe stops your momentum like Judgment Rush in midair. So it's nice in rooms where you would normally use Judgment Rush to hold yourself in the air. But if there's an enemy, you would normally target it. So using Spider Scythe is a little bit of a time save in some rooms. Patwah going for a bunch of good standard 80% stuff. Proud of him. I can't watch too much because I'm trying to also keep myself up in the race. Darn. The dash attack with Specter is actually automatic. I can't turn it on or off. Uh-oh. Did Patwah just nearly die? I can only imagine it must have been around Beetle 1. Okay, so I barely had the mana for that. Oh, Steve! Steve, thank you so much for the save. Oh my god. I should have died. In not making it past that Beetle 1, Steve hit me, gave me some invincibility so I could safely land on the spikes. Thank God. Steve with the save, yo. So yeah, Lost City is kind of the most terrifying stage out of all of them, especially early on. Don't have a lot of things that can save your life. You have to play it pretty honestly. Lava is a one-hit. Man, I forgot what it was like to do that normally. Coming up on Beetle 2. This is also pretty scary, depending on how it goes. That was fine. Okay, I'm gonna go with this way, just because I don't feel like dying again. Okay, so now we're coming up on Mole Knight. This is gonna be interesting. Oh, Jesus Christ, this is already awful. Couldn't quite finish him off. Ah, darn. So this is super awful, and I have to not die now. Please die. Thank you. That was, interesting. I missed a lot of hits. Tried to get some double hits as well. Yeah, I also got unlucky, but I shouldn't have gotten to that point. So where am I going next? I have 8,900 gold. I'm gonna upgrade my stuff real quick. It costs 3,000 gold to wake this guy up, Legion. And then it's another 4,000 gold to buy the upgrade, which is Spider Scythe. Which makes this thing way, way bigger, which is super awesome. And meanwhile, Patwah is halfway through Iron Whale. He bought a Darkness. Interesting. Very interesting. I wonder what he knows that I don't. So hopefully I can get the Steel Heart here. Nice. So this is a Snail Parade skip, and I did a great job afterwards. Snail Parade skip, I found it a long, long time ago, but it was really, really inconsistent until a dude named Steelheart, Fortuity Steelheart, found a better way to execute the trick. And man, I do love underwater physics. One of the most annoying things about underwater physics is that normally Specter's climbing is already kind of irritating, but because Specter climbs up walls, well, actually, it's because he falls down slower underwater. That's the water mechanic. So sometimes not getting stuck on a wall for forever takes forever. Y'all with these fake names for that room, I see you. So now, money should be pretty good for the rest of the run. Like, the first mana upgrade would normally come after this stage, and I would only need 2,000 gold. I'm already over budget because I dropped a ton of gold before. Oh, that's why he had it! Because he didn't die a million times in Exploratorium like I did. Good. Well, that's gonna help him out, that's for sure. Okay, that was kind of a miscalculation. Almost died for that. Oh, that was fine. I'm okay. I kind of wonder if the Spider Scythe can hit this thing. It does! Wow, nice. Neat little time save. Okay. Normally we would do that with the Bounding Soul. This is Bertha. She hits really, really hard, so now I'm kind of really, really terrified, and I'm definitely gonna heal. Ah! She gave me a big smooch. Yeesh. Now, Patwah favors the Spider Scythe a lot, so I actually feel like he has a slight advantage on me in this sense. But I also do lots of hundo runs, so maybe I have just as equal a footing as he does. Oh, that was silly. Oh man, I'm gonna die! I didn't even realize how much damage I took! So yeah, normally Treasure Knight is not a huge threat, that's why I took the first anchor to the face. Whoops. Close enough. Yeesh. Meanwhile, Patwah's already through the second memory, where we kind of find out what tragically happens to Luan here. Fighting Shield Knight is kind of completely awful. Shield Knight obviously blocks a lot of your attacks from the front, so hitting her from behind really sucks. That said, this should be normal 80% stuff for both of us, so I'm sure he's fine. I'm gonna hope for Luan to go. Yo, go Luan, go, please. Please, 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 please. Ah, dang it. Did Luan go for Patwah? I wonder. I wonder. Thinking emoji. Luan has a random chance to just not go, which is less good. And I have less mana than I normally would for this stage. Right. I'm the one under mana for when we would normally fight Luan. I'm sure he was fine, which means I'm gonna have less caltrops for the Shield Knight fight. But that should still be fine. I could also get lucky mana drops from her. Okay, I got lucky on the first jump as well. She didn't dodge the caltrops. She dodged one of them though. Okay, that wasn't too bad of a fight. The fact that she dodged one of those caltrops let her live for a lot longer because I also had one of my attacks blocked by a shield. So he's in the Lich Yard with 3 mana. Lich Yard normally where you would be fighting Specter, but because we are Specter, we're going to be fighting instead the Wandering Traveler, the Phantom Striker. First, I'm going to pick up my Darkness. And assuming that we both basically have even runs, he's at a huge advantage compared to me. This is already going to be interesting. Normally we would have a Bounding Soul Strike for this area. Okay, I almost died for no real reason, because, you know, heart attacks are cool. So yeah, the theme of the Lich Yard, lots of dark rooms. Frogs are one of those few RNG elements that I mentioned earlier. Of course, me jumping into a pit is just me being dumb. Oh, that kind of still worked out. Very interesting. One of the reasons why we don't use Spider Scythe normally for any percent is because it has a little bit of a pause before you throw it, whereas Bending Soul just comes out immediately. Bending Soul also has a lot of juggle potential. That said, Spider Scythe can do some neat things. I'm gonna grab this for safety, because it doesn't really cost any time either. Heart attacks? Heart attacks. Ah! I'm okay. So Patwah looks like he's struggling a little bit with Phantom Striker. It's okay, I'll probably be struggling with Phantom Striker as well. That was okay. The only other thing I could have potentially done there was a low percent kill, which is probably not going to be as fun. Patwah had enough money for another darkness upgrade. Where's he going? What has he been doing? Interesting. I don't have money for another darkness upgrade right now. We only need 4, and we're going to Clockwork Tower. This is Baz. He comes in close to late game when you have 2 night stages left. He does nothing. We just immediately kick him out for breaking our window. Clockwork Tower, kind of a fun stage. 3 mana makes it pretty tight to do all the tricks that we do. The first section is at least very consistent. Every enemy that I kill and every darkness that I pick up is intentional because it will leave me with just enough darkness to do one last Judgment Rush toward the end of this first section. Ta-da! So then after this stage, all we have left is Pridemore Keep, and then we unlock the last couple stages. But I'm stuck on an auto-scroller. Patwah is probably coming up on Tinker Knight, so I'll explain Tinker Knight real quick. That boss normally kind of a joke for Specter and Plague, but Tinker Phase 1 is not gimmickable like it normally is. Shovel would throw the mobile gear and one-shot him, and Plague would normally deal double damage with his bombs to kind of compensate for that. Specter not only does not have some type of gimme, but also has a much harder base fight because Tinker does an extra hard of damage with body contact, throws a bunch of wrenches that constantly get in your way, and then you get to start phase 2, which is arguably a lot easier because of that. Like, by comparison, it's just way less terrible. So getting crushed is a one-shot, and for the sake of safety, I'm going to grab this checkpoint because it doesn't take long to get it all. I'm sure Patwah was a man, though, and went on without it. Oh, Jesus Christ, I almost died. Time to check up on Patwah. So we're both in the second auto-scroller now. He's about halfway through. And I'm stuck toward the bottom. We're not that far apart, I guess. I would wager that I'm probably like 20 seconds behind him or so. That's kind of a lot considering who we are. Losing 20 seconds or so is like more than enough for us to reset over under normal circumstances. So that's gonna be very hard because we can basically keep up that kind of pace from here on until the end. I wager though that we'll both be struggling with Enchantress just a little bit more. Oh, that was interesting. Okay, if I take another hit, I'm dead. Oh, thanks, sweet Jesus. Yeah, Tinker 1, kind of a lot scarier than he should be. Oh, this is kind of bad. Please let me up. Thank you. Hello? Ugh. Good God. Oh, that could have gone better. I was mashing the wrong buttons. You have to mash jump and attack to get off the balcony, and I was mashing start because that was what you do for this cutscene, but then you go back to mashing jump and attack. Okay, so more than enough mana to get my last darkness upgrade. Not sure if Patwah is going to get another one. It would really not help us out at this point. Pridemore Keep, kind of a very straightforward stage, so even without a weapon, we're not really going to be, well, without Bounding Soul anyway, we're not going to be at that much of at a disadvantage. Using Judgment Rush to lock onto these rats. Very, very trivial room as a result. Gotta pass my favorite security bard. Security guard, Paul Blart. That's actually kind of hard to get past him when you have rail mail. If you have, on low percent, it's kind of really, really easy. It's actually kind of a joke. Because the cannonball is actually in such a place that it's not really a threat. So long as you're walking, he's fine. But, you know, no running. No running in the hallway. Muncha, you're gonna have a security bard. I wonder how he's handling King Knight right now. King Knight does like to stay in the corner. One of the big advantages to, I guess that works. One of the big advantages to Spider Scythe is that enemies in the corner will take a lot of damage. It will just repeatedly smack them. And Patwah did do a lot of the New Game Plus kills that use Spider Scythe, again, so he's probably going to save maybe a little bit more time on King Knight than I will. He definitely rocked him already. Oh man, that was actually really great! Those Spider Scythes really helped me out. Wow. That was kind of hilarious. I'm gonna keep Patwah over on the side now. Just like keep track of how close we are. He's on the last stage. He's already running through the Tower of Fate entrance. This stage will kind of combine a lot of the things that you've already seen in all the other levels. And again, because most of the tricks don't really involve Bounding Soul, we're not going to be at a huge disadvantage. So long as we can figure out a way to knock Black Knight down, we should actually be fine. Both of us at this point are accustomed to the ground battle. And that's where we knocked Black Knight off of Terrapin so that we can do this very strange juggle. Normally, Black Knight has a bunch of invincibility frames every time you hit him. So you can't just straight up whack at him like you can on all the other bosses. All the other bosses will basically take damage every other frame. But such is not the case with Black Knight. Patwah already in the auto-scroller. Dang, he is definitely a lot farther than I am right now. We're both probably using a bunch of tricks that we picked up from the TAS as well, come to think of it. The TAS, shoutouts to Clement Gaillet, ya boy. He actually tasked all 3 knights, and he found a lot of cool things for us to try and use. So yeah, Black Knight 3, he's gonna have to try and knock him down. And if he can find a way to do that, because I get to watch afterwards, I will know too. Oh, interesting. He did not manage to knock him down. Thinking emoji. Well, I do know a way to knock him down. It doesn't involve the weapon. So I'm gonna have to try and do that. Kind of the low percent way of doing it. There we go. Ah. This is not good. This is kind of super scary. Okay. I either hit him or he would have killed me right there. So that somehow still worked out. So I guess this all comes down to the last couple bosses now. Oh wow, Patwah almost died there. I just saw that at the end of the elevator there. I'm gonna be going for the elevator skip. This was found by Speedfrog, and it's the tiles remain in this room. Normally these tiles will continually shoot out here, just like this, and then they disappear once you destroyed them. So I'm gonna chill up in the top right corner. I saw Patwah doing that. This is a normal and standard strat. However, for the last couple bricks, I'm gonna leave them up. I'm gonna try and leave the room before they disappear. Come back. Grind. Nice, okay. And they give you just enough height if you jump as you transition to skip the entire room that Patwah did, which cost him about a second overall. So not a huge time save, but, you know, I'll take what I can at this point. Okay, and I'm gonna grab the checkpoint just to be extra safe. I really don't have a whole lot of time here. Patwah's almost done with Enchantress. Okay, I'm done with Enchantress. Not sure if I managed to beat her much faster. Spider Scythe kind of helps out. And then we both have to fight Reese kind of honestly, so time should be coming up. Oh man, go Patwah, go. Yo, Patwah is finished, and I'm gonna have to wait to see how much longer it takes me. That was kind of close there. All right, 43.55 for me, 43.20 for him. Yo, good stuff, Patwah. Me and my Garbo deaths in Explodatorium. Yo, but shoutouts to this guy. That was crazy. Good lord. Many GGs to Patwah. Alright, and with that, let me take a look. The next thing should be our Shovel Knight Any Percent race. Featuring Applesauce, Primorix, Engage, and Diesel. Ya boys, ya shovel boys. Which promises to be extremely entertaining. They're all going to be running the standard 80% category, and they're all very strong veterans of the category. Applesauce, kind of the new boy, but at the same time, he has second place, so, you know, he's there. He's in there.